Hey, what's up guys? Coach Chris here with Beyond Strength Performance. A buddy of mine asked me to do a write-up for a video on Turkish Get-Up if I would. And while I know that there are a ton of great videos out there, and I will link some to this article, I figured I'd do one and kind of show some of the ways that we teach it here at Beyond Strength Performance Nova. First things first, nothing that I'm doing it's nothing new under the sun. I've learned from some awesome people. I did Jeff Martone's tactical athlete kettlebell instructor certification. I was at the Perform Better Summit and got to work with Dan John on this, as well as, just go on YouTube. There's a million videos from reputable people that you can learn a lot of this stuff from. But I'll show you some of the ways that we teach it here. First things first, we don't load the Turkish Get-Up until someone can do it with straight lines and show proper execution without weight first. Two ways that we do that here would either be taking a half foam roller, and it's a self-correcting exercise, either doing the Turkish Get-Up or they have to hold the foam roller over like this. So if I'm doing things and I tilt, I drop it. I know that I wasn't keeping straight lines. The other thing that I can do is shoe. The shoe's a little bit easier because there is some weight to it. I can tilt my hand, it's not going to go anywhere. I'll do the same exact tilt. This one really keeps you honest. If I do that with the foam roller, it's done. It's like a paper. It's like the weight of a piece of paper. So I'm going to do it with the half foam roller for demonstration purposes here, but I will warn you, this one's much harder. So what we're going to do, the side that I'm holding this thing up with, that's the side that I'm going to have the leg in. I'm not doing a sit-up. I'm actually kind of rolling. I'm going to press and roll to this arm. So I'm going to press right up from here. This arm I'm going to put out, it's about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to keep this leg down. I don't want to come up and drive this leg up. So I'm driving to the heel of this leg. I'm keeping this leg down, and I'm going to kind of roll onto this arm 45 degrees while keeping this arm straight up the whole time. So if I do it properly, it should look like this. Okay? The other thing to notice while I'm here, this left leg may have moved. Your right, my left. That leg may have moved a little bit in terms of deviating inward or outward, but for the most part, that knee should be aimed towards the ceiling the whole entire time. Okay? So now that we're into this position, I'm going to go ahead and come up onto my arm. So you'll see I'm pretty tight. My shoulder's towards my ear. This is something I steal from Jeff Martone I really like. I'm not in a very good position with my shoulder right now. So the first thing I want to do is get that arm in tight, and I'm going to separate away, shoulder down and together. From here, I'm going to kind of bridge up, creating room for my right leg, your left, my right leg to clear through. I don't bring it underneath. I don't go like this. I'm going to kind of pass it through, coming back into a good lunge. So now, I should, for the most part, be straight all the way through my arms, coming through my body. From here, I'm going to sit up, so I should be in a good lunge position. And then I'm going to go ahead and stand up. The whole entire time, balancing this arm, pretty straight. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and reverse the whole thing. First things first, stay stable, keep that arm up, eyes up on the foam roller. Bring that arm back down to the ground. I'm going to go ahead and pass the leg back through. Keep that shoulder in a good position. Now I can go ahead and let it come down and relax a little bit. Come back down on my arm. Whenever I sit back, I lose right there again. Whenever I sit back, I should be right at about that 45 degrees. So I left my leg a little bit too much there. But whenever I come back down, I'll show you a better one. I'm going to come back. That arm, I should wind up where? About 45 degrees. Some of the biggest mistakes that we see, especially during that part where I'm coming back down. As I get from here, I'm coming back down. People tend to go, watch my right leg, your left. They go like this. Right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We want to keep everything the same way that it was. Whenever I corrected and came back up, I actually let it happen a little bit. Let this leg go. When I was at the Perform Better Summit in Providence this summer, Dan John came over. I'd never thought about it previously. I'm not sure if Jeff, if he did say it in the certification, I was zoned out. I don't know. I missed it. But Dan actually came up, and another little coaching view, I picked up something that I like. And really, I could take an athlete from looking at the desk here. He had me line up on the stage and drive out into his leg. So I can set somebody up out here, their heels in nice and tight to their butt. They're going to go ahead and sit back in that same position. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive out, create external rotation, and I'm going to sit up. Okay? So I'm still driving this leg into the ground, and I'm sitting back. Okay? Everything's a lot tighter. Drive that leg into the desk, right? Come back down. Just teaching them to keep it tight. It's not as easy to drive out as hard as I am at that desk once I'm back in the middle of the room without the support. But it's a good little trick to kind of work on keeping both legs together. So now, from there, the next thing that we're going to do, I'll go with a pretty light one. We're going to do a 25 pound, and I'm going to do a bottoms up get-up. So this is kind of that transition from the shoe, or the foam roller, to some load. But I still want to use a self-correcting exercise that I need to balance, because otherwise I can let my lines get all crazy, and my athletes and my clients won't be really getting what they need out of it. So it's that same exact setup. You'll see I'm bringing it up with both arms. If you really want to, you can press it, that's fine. But I'm just kind of grabbing it and bringing it up with both, getting set. So what I'm going to do is get that line straight. Same exact thing as we did before. Right now the kettlebell is unstable, right? I can kind of be like shaky here. I'm trying to keep that bottom pressing up the whole time. So what I'm going to do, keeping this leg straight, kind of driving it out, keeping this one against the floor. I'm going to turn over, come up like that, up onto that forearm. Remember, shoulders by the ear, press that away, get in a good position. Hips come up, leg clears through. I'm in that straight line here. You can see it's a lot more unstable. I'm going to stand up in that lunge, right? So now from here, I'm going to work my way backwards. Step back into a reverse lunge. I'm going to go ahead and bring that hand back before pass my leg back through. Then from here, I can kind of let that come back down, let my shoulder relax. Sit back, thinking 45 grams the whole time. I should wind up right back about where I started. Bring it back. I can bring it back in that way, or I can just grab it, kind of bring it back. Okay? So that's the bottoms up version. It's very hard. That's a 25. I can easily, our kettlebells go up to 80. I can do the 80 pretty easily. I mean, you saw I was shaking pretty good with the 25 there. It is not easy at all. Then from there, I'll grab, it's not until an athlete or the client shows proficiency with that movement that we move on to anything else. And I'll just show you really quickly here. Once they go to the kettlebell version, I should have gone over this with the bottoms up, but it's not as important with the bottoms up. When you grab a kettlebell with the bell facing down, I'm going to go towards you. I'm going to reach all the way in on the horn to the curve on the opposite side of me. I'm going to take the triangle portion of my hand and drive it the whole way into it. At that point, that's where I close my hand, and it allows me to keep a straight line. So if you see, I'm going from the corner right here to the opposite corner, so I'm kind of passing by that bell, and I'm able to keep here without having my wrist go like that, okay? So I reach all the way in, bring it up, straight lines, we always want straight lines. So then from here, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing we were talking about before. I'll demonstrate the floor press now. More weight, less balance involved. I'm going to press it straight up. Everything else should still be the same. This leg stays down, this leg stays relatively vertical. I'm going to roll over onto my right arm and work my way up. I'll let that leg move a little bit. So from here, remember that ears towards the shoulder, just like Jeff says. I'm going to pop away from that. I'm in a good tight shoulder position. Drive up, clear the leg through. I'm in a good lunge position. Come right up. Then from here, stand up, okay? And then reverse the whole thing. Come back down. Pass back through. Sit back. Should wind up in about 45 degrees. Down. Okay? That's Turkish Get-Up in a nutshell. There are much more detailed videos out there about this. I will link some of them to this article, and you guys can look through that stuff. But just in review, the left leg, if you're working the left side, I did everything left side of here, just for simplicity, we don't describe it. So if my left arm's up, left leg's in, heels tight towards the butt. I don't want complete collapse inward. I want to keep it vertical, move slightly out. It's going to come in slightly, but you just don't want it to go like this as you go. You want to keep that foot flat, okay? So, right leg, the one that's opposite of the hand that has weight in it, that heel stays on the ground the whole time. You don't want to go, you want to keep that leg down, okay? So, this leg down, this leg in and tight. We're going to roll onto that right forearm, keeping our line straight, pop up, adjust our arm back, good shoulder position, hips come up, leg clears through, we're in that straight line. Come all the way up, step up into a lunge, step back. Exact opposite, good straight lines, pass the leg through, Sit back on the elbow, all the way back down, arm comes down. Okay? Straight lines the whole time. Start with the half foam roller or your shoe, self-correcting exercises, get your form right before you let your ego take over and go for some weight. Once you go for some weight, have fun with it. Start smart, start with bottoms up presses, and work your way up. Ours go up to 80. If you want to go heavier, we can go dumbbells, or like in the video that I have attached, you can see Jeff Martone do it with a girl. So go ahead and give those a try. Drop some feedback, let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you soon.